air signs. It's Arhinna. I hope you guys are doing wonderful. Today is October 14th. It's Friday night, and I am at home making videos. All right, guys, I want to apologize to you so much. I did not get to make a full moon video. I got bit by a caterpillar, a poisonous caterpillar. So I wasn't able to make your videos this week. For the full moon. I should have done it earlier. Procrastination, terrible thing. But I got caught up doing personal videos and I lost track of time. So I was like, I'll do it the night before. And I was drugged up on Benadryl. So it just didn't happen. So big apologies, guys. However, my arm is doing much better around 2 o'clock this afternoon. I only have the imprint of the caterpillar on one arm. That's really great, huh? All right. So I want to tell you guys thank you for all your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and just for you being you, because you guys are freaking awesome air signs. So big thank you. However, I want you to know that the moon is in Aries, and I'm sure you've listened to a lot of astrology that's going on. So just be aware that the energy that's coming on with this is like the Emperor, full of go get 'em energy. There might be a lot of arguments. This is going to be a time of bringing forth everything that's been going on relationship-wise, like that's been on the back burner, is going to be bringing it to the forefront. So either you're going to go get that person you want or you're going to cut them off, okay? So that's the kind of vibe that I'm picking up. So without further ado, let's jump into your power animal air signs. And it is the otter. I love the otter. It's one of my favorite sections in the zoo because they're so cute and they swim so adorable. And look at their little beady eyes. I just love their beady eyes. Anyways, this for me, guys, is all about nurturing and family time. Okay, I looked up a lot of information on her. This is the supreme symbol of motherhood. I did not know that. Okay, because I don't know much about animals. I'm not like the animal kingdom guru, but I did not know that otters they weren't born knowing how to swim. So their moms have to teach them. So this is about harnessing that mother-like energy. Some of y'all might be experiencing some baby fever or maybe just being closer to your family or trying to bring them close. Look at them little arms. They're so cute. All right. So this is also about letting go of all your everyday worries. Okay. Hakuna Matata, my friends. Also, one of the scenarios that comes to my mind is, when you're on the airplane and they say that you need to put your mask on first and then help the person next to you. Basically, that's what the otter medicine is saying. You need to put your mask on first. You need to make sure that you're okay before you jump in and start trying to help everybody, okay? What makes you happy? You need to do more of it. It's like finding your inner child, being a kid again, finding your joy, accepting things for what they are, and honor and allowing things to be. Just like, you know what? It is what it is. I've done my best. I've done what I could do. I'm going to wipe my hands clean of it, and I'm going to go swim in the water and enjoy myself. Also, it's about being playful and having fun, being in your psychic awareness, trusting your intuition. A lot of it was about playtime. The woman's healing wisdom, I didn't understand what that meant. But this was like saying being able to do things without jealousy, okay? So then it also explained there's 2 types of otters. There's the river otter and the sea otter. And it's the elements of both water and earth. That you got this duality going on. That you're able to move within these worlds. Move freely on earth and move freely in the water. So this is also asking you to look at yourself and say, are you taking things a little too serious? It's time to find your inner child. It's time to be fun and free and friendly. Let go of any jealousy or anything that's keeping you back. This is also about being an excellent parent, okay? And like I said, they teach them how to swim, and then it said this is even indicative of time for a vacation, a water vacation, a family vacation. But it's just time to nurture your inner spirit. So air signs, that is your animal for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. I think he's super cute. I wish I had the otter. I always wanted to touch one, but I'm really scared of him. So I have a funny story for you. So when I first moved to Houston, I used to live by this area by 249, and there's this park, and it's like this beautiful park, okay? Oh my gosh. And I used to run a lot. And so I was like running at this park, and there's this like little water area, and it wasn't a river, it was like a lake. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not like super animal savvy. And I saw these like little cute otter like things, okay? So I go running down this hill, you know, got my earphones on. And this is like a while back. This was like when I was in my 20s. And I was like, oh my gosh, those are so cute. And then one of them like ended up by my feet, and it wasn't an otter, it was a nutria rat. And I have never been so freaking scared in my life. Anyways, looking at the otter makes me think of that horrible experience that I had with the nutria rats at the park. Don't pet them. Don't pet the nutria rats. They're not cute like the otters. They have huge ugly teeth, and it like hissed at me, and I thought I was gonna die. And I've never ran so fast, but I never ran down that hill ever again. I kept it on the upside. It's a beautiful park, by the way. I forget the name of it, but it's in the 249 area. Anyways, with all of that drama that I just poured out for you guys, I want to say that this week the card read is about guidance for change. And yes, it's time for change. Yes, we're moving on in different areas, but we're going to use the Babylonian Tarot to kind of guide us through this section and lead us. I've already pre-shuffled your cards. I will reshuffle again with you guys. Let's bless our cards together. Since bless this deck to show us the energy that you have for air signs, Gemini, Aquarius. One more, guys. Gemini, Aquarius. That's it. Okie dokie. Let's move our otter out the way. All right, guys. Before us, we have our family. All right, we have the air signs bringing us in knowledge and wisdom. We have the fire signs bringing us in that action. We have our water signs bringing us in purification and love. And then we have the earth signs bringing us in that grounding energy. All right, guys. This is the Babylonian Tarot by Tabatha, Sandra, Cicero. And we are going to be looking at the guidance for change. Our first card is going to be the action that we need to take during our transition. And that is going to be the Ace of Wands reversed. Where to find the support is going to be on the Seven of Discs. The advice from our higher power is to work. And what you will need to let go of during this transition is the universe. That sucks. What you will gain by letting this go. Oh, wow. No, that does not suck. That is actually beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And your overall energy for your read is La Luna. I'm telling you, this moon is bringing in some energy for you guys, all right? This Aries energy. Whew. Go get them and go get them out, I guess. So let's look what we have going on. I'm going to move the camera in closer just in case it falls or something crazy happens. Just so you know, I'm moving this in so you can get a better view of the cards. Okay, let me make sure it's okay. That's good enough. So guys, the Ace of Wands reversed. That is the action to take during this transition. So it's telling you to stop. Not time to start something new, okay? So take a break, guys. This is about you enjoying where you're at, not trying to push too hard. Remember, you're harnessing that energy of the otter. You're enjoying and you're playing. So it's not time to take on something extremely difficult right now. It's not trying to look for the answer in the thicket. You have to change. It's about transformation. But the thing is, it's not about taking on too much on at one time. So when we're looking at this Ace of Wands in the reverse, it's like failure to start a new project. It's bad time, okay? So you need to look for new ways to solve problems. If you've been looking at the same way to solve things, then it's not going to happen, okay? However, what I do see is a lot of earth going on. Well, I see two earth signs by it. And when I say earth sign, doesn't mean anything. It just means like the manifestation of the earth-like energy, a lot of grounding energy. So it's almost like telling you, hey, that's a great idea that you have right now, but it's going to take a little bit more work, a little bit more time to harness that energy before you throw everything up in there. Okay, I'm going to see if this helps any, and it didn't. Okay, so now where you're going to find support. And you know, the Seven of Discs for me, it's like when it's reversed, it's really bad. Like, oh, you ain't getting nothing back. But this is kind of telling you where you're going to find your support is you need to look at the accomplishments that you've been making along the way. They may not be on this huge grand scale that you want them to be on, but they're going to be there. Like it's going to be there. Don't worry about it. This is the time that is actually good to harness that energy of the sitting bull and dig your heels into the ground and wait for bigger returns. So sorry, guys. I did not give my disclaimer before we started. However, just to let you know, if you're easily offended by language, I may not be the reader for you. And also, this is a general read, guys. Apply it to the situation in your life where you feel that you need the most guidance for change, okay? Whether it be in love, whether it be in career, whether it just be in a life transition, all right? So here we go. Back to the read. So the support that you're kind of needing is inner support. I feel like there's some inner strength that's going to be needed for this. And it's kind of being patient. You're going to have to be patient. This is the bull when he's waiting for Tammuz to come out of hell. So it's time for you to be patient with yourself and to be patient with others, okay? So where to find support? Advice from your higher guidance. And it's telling you to work. So the otter is telling you need to put some things to work. But I think what he wants you to put to work is things that you love. Remember I said that there was feminine energy involved with the otter? Well, there's feminine energy right there with the spider also. It's about harnessing that feminine energy, guys. Not being a woman, but being loving and kind and nurturing, okay? And anyone can do that, whether you're feminine or masculine. You can be loving, kind, and nurturing to yourself, developing your inner child and having fun. And that's going to take some work for you because you have been so focused on certain aspects of being that you have forgotten how to have fun with yourself. You've forgotten how to be just you. And don't worry, I'm going to throw myself in that category. I'm an air sign rising. I'm a Gemini rising. And I have to be reminded sometimes to take a break. I just recently was reminded of that. I was like, what do you do for fun? I hate that question. I'm like, fun? Well, this is fun for me, guys. Like, this is my fun. But I'm like, well, I work. And then when I explain what I do, they're like, how is that fun? I'm like, because I freaking love it. But then I realize I don't take a break. I go from one job to being a mom to doing this. And then I haven't had any time for myself. So I have to work that into my schedule. Just like you're going to have to do that, air sign. Like you really need to remember that there's balance. And if you see the 3 discs, it's about balancing those 3 things. Work, life, and love. Okay? Balance those things. It doesn't have to be out of balance. But do it and have fun and be grounded when you're doing it. Come on down to our level. Get on our plane with us, all right, air signs, because y'all have all this high-strung energy and it's just like, hey, pull back a little bit. Maybe call in sick. I'm all for calling in sick all the time. I did today because of my run-in with an asp. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I told y'all that, but yeah, they got the asp bite. Anyways, the universe. This is what we'll need to let go of. And I think it's almost that need for perfection, that need to fit the idea of what perfection is. What is your universe? What would make you feel like you're the center of the universe? Also, when I'm looking at this card, I'm very torn into maybe your focus is on a relationship being torn apart. Or the focus is on something being torn from you or taken from you. Because this is on and key when they were once together and they're being ripped apart by allele. Something has come into your world and ripped it apart. And it's something that you need to let go of. Because transformation, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're making room for. Something is going to change. Something is going to die. And it's going to be over with. But it's going to be over with in a beautiful way. And the fact that you emerge knowing the beauty of change. And I think transformation is one of the most scariest things for us to change. Change is coming up. It just came up for the other signs also. Change is hard, okay? No one says, oh, I can't wait for everything to change. No one says that. Unless they're hoping for it to change for the best. And I think what happens when we're going through this guidance for change, because that's the title of this, we're being guided into our change. When you end with that of death, that's such a beautiful ending. Because it's saying that this chapter is over. So once you're saying, you know what, I'm not going to start anything new right now. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to put my work into to this manifestation of this dream, and I'm going to get a better return. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the universe. However, you're going to transform during this time. And I find this quite interesting. The universe is the last card in the major arcana. And that's what's telling you to let go of. And it's telling you to let go of it so that you can start something. Because what's going on, air signs, I strongly feel, and this is just a vibe, it means nothing from the cards, is that you're in a situation right now that you don't want to change out of. You're afraid that if you move from the situation, that there's not going to be success. But the thing is, where you're at, you're not getting the success that you want. And that's why the Ace of Wands is reversed. That's why you're sitting there and you're waiting and you're like, well, good things have happened. They are okay. If I stick around, maybe it's going to get better. But in a way, for some, it is. It might get better. You know, there's always that hope. But for others, there's some of y'all out there, there's some air signs that you know deep down inside, there is a situation that the best thing to do is to say, I did my best, I tried, and now I'm ready to transform. Ereshkigal, which is death, she is the darker sister of Ishtar. Ishtar and Ereshkigal are the moons, which is your overall energy. That's their daughters, okay? That's his daughters, Ereshkigal and Ishtar. Intuition with you guys right now is on the high. And I'm going to tell you, you are going to get some revelations, some illumination. Things are going to be coming out to the forefront that you're going to be like, holy moly, I can't believe that. Or like my daughter says, holy free holies. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And yes, you're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe how beautiful things can actually be when you allow something to no longer have that effect, no longer have that hold on you. And that perfection that you're looking for, that perfectionism that you're seeking, just know that it's non-existent. You are already a wonderful person. You have pushed yourself to limits that people couldn't even possibly imagine how hard it is for you to get as far as you've gotten. But the thing is, something is holding you back. I don't know what it is. You know what it is. Maybe it's career-wise. Maybe it's in love life. Maybe it's family. Whatever it is that's holding you back, death is saying, look at it for what it is and release it. Let it change. See, the moon is telling you to harness those psychic abilities that you have because you're able to move within the realms. You can move in the water. You can move in the earth. You have the Otter medicine. You're intuitive. You're able to freely have fun. But what we have forgotten, air signs, is to have that fun. So this week, I challenge you to do something that's fun. Go outside, have a good time, play with some kids, play with your kids. Go outside and just forget about work, forget about that relationship for a little bit, and remember what it's like to feel free. Like, I feel like some of y'all have been, you kind of have your checklist of what needs to be done. Like, 20 years old, I went to college, 24, graduated, 26, landed a dream career, 28, got married, you know, and you're going through your checklist and you're like, whoo, whoo, whoo. But along the way, you've lost your fun for some, not for all. Like I said, this is a general read. And so I challenge you for that. I challenge you to go out and have fun. I also challenge you to harness your intuition. And for those of you air signs that are having some family issues, I wanted to let you know you're a very gifted and loving person. And the gift of forgiveness is a very difficult gift to unwrap. However, whatever you're experiencing in your family, take time to know that family is a gift in itself, and that through these people, we are seeing a reflection of ourselves. Whether it's a mirror image or the parts of us that we don't want to deal with, we only see what we see back. So it's like a mirror being held to you. And I know I'm not making sense, but what I'm saying is there's somebody out there who's going through something with their family, whether it's their sister, their mother, their sister-in-law, mother-in-law, whatever it is. And there's something you don't like about them. Possibly a water sign because of the Scorpio right here. And it's almost, and another water sign with the moon and the Scorpio and their family, remember? That's why I'm saying this. In this situation, the challenge may be for you is to change your perception and just to have fun and enjoy life. To take things for what they are. That person is who they are. That's what they're about, and they're not going to change. But what can change is the way that you allow it to affect you. I'm not saying let this person run all over you. I'm just saying don't give them the power to run all over you. But it doesn't mean that you have to be mean or unkind. You can still have fun and live freely as the otter would, okay? That's what I'm trying to explain. Like, I strongly feel like there's some water and air going on because this is Pisces, and I mean, this is Cancer, and this is Scorpio. And I feel like you guys have some, in their family. So there might be a family issue going on, and that might be the guidance for change. However, the action to take is to not try to start something. Like, don't be going out there trying to start some crazy foolishness, air signs. I'm just kidding. But to find support in something that's going to keep you grounded and keep you strong and make you want to continue pursuing your dream. The advice from your higher power is to get your buns to work. Whether it's working on having fun, working on your relationships, or working at work, damn it, put your ass to work, okay? What you will need to let go of is this idea of perfection, of you having this perfect life, or everything being perfection. Perfection is defined in so many different ways by so many different people that you need to redefine your idea of what your happiness or your universe should look like. And what's going to happen is transformation, death of the old, and rebirth of the new. All right? Your overall energy is the moon. You're going to harness your psychic abilities. You're going to trust your intuition, my friends, because things are going to be coming out. And if there is any danger in your path, the moon is allowing you to see them, okay? So that's what I have for you guys this week, air signs. I hope that was insightful. Let's pull an oracle card for you guys. And I didn't really feel like there was much that needed to be clarified. Oh! Thunder drum. I just had this card come out for the, and I shuffled it crazy for air sign. No, for water signs. Okay, so air and water, y'all got some stuff going on. Y'all are like intermixing with each other. So this is all about stand up and let your voice be heard. And these cards are by Denise, Linn, and they're called the Native Spirit Deck. All right. So thunder drum, you need to go get your like big booty clothes on. I always think of that song, big booty clothes, hump with it. I know, terrible song to use with thunder drum. But I feel like I hear boom ba dum ba dum boom ba dum ba dum boom ba dum. I'm dancing. Let me stop. Stand up and be counted for. That's what it says. Be assertive, not aggressive. Assertive, okay? Big difference. Declare with authority, this is who I am and this is what I stand for. Make a stand for the less fortunate, okay? Walk in the rhythm of the beat of your own drum. This is not the time to step back or step to the side. Do you see how she has her hands up? I kind of feel like that's like a dance and be free. Free your inner child. Put on that old school music you used to dance to as a little kid and just have some fun. Just enjoy your family. The silliest things you can do sometimes, and I work with kids, the silliest things you can do that you forget kids like, do them. Whether it's playing a silly song and dancing with them, drawing, going to the park, do those things because not only are we nurturing our children, but we're nurturing ourselves. So it's about reconnecting. I feel like there's some reconnection that needs to go on. You see the way that she has her hands up. It's almost like a worship. She's thankful. She's praising. And this is about standing in life for what truly matters to you. So I feel like once that transformation happens, if this is a family situation, I kind of feel like it's going to mend. It may not look the way that you want it to look. It may not mend the way you wanted it to mend, but there's going to be some mending. And for others who it's not a family issue, I kind of feel like you're going to stand up for what you believe in, and you're going to come forth even stronger. You're going to get the return you want. You will no longer have the 7 of disc, but you will have the 10 of disc. You're going to have completion. Okay? And then with that, you're going to be able to see your whole transformation. And that's just the vibe that I'm getting from the read. But yes, this is called Guidance for Change. I hope that it meant something. I hope that we connected in some way. And big hugs, lots of love. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing.